A very warm welcome to all. Today, I, Riya Khanna, a legal intern under LEXIS and Company, am here to explain my topic, land pollution under the environmental law. So this particular video is part 2 of this topic. In the previous video or in the part 1 of the video, we have already understood a lot of aspects of land pollution. So before moving on with this video, let us first revise what we understood in part 1. So in part 1 of the topic, part 1 video of the topic, we understood that pollution is a generally land-based phenomena, and although it is a land-based phenomena, India does not have any particular legislation on land pollution. So and which is the reason that land pollution cannot be defined under the Indian legislation. First, second, then we talked about the causes of land pollution, how dumping and improper disposal of waste causes land pollution, deforestation leads to pollution, mining and ocean dumping of waste leads to land pollution. Then radioactive material and agricultural waste disposal also contribute a lot to land pollution. Then we talked about the effects of land pollution, that water pollution and the zillion diseases that human race is currently going through are one of the major effects of land pollution. Then we also talked about the climate change effect, which is one of the most important causes of all types of pollution, effect of all types of pollution. Then extinction or endangering of water species, further spread of air pollution, soil erosion and deforestation are many of the effects of land pollution. Then we talked about the land pollution with respect to the legal legislation in India. So in India, there are not particular legislations related to land pollution, but many rules have been declared or have been put into use by the central government to handle the land pollution. So let's talk about them. The first is the hazardous waste management, handling and transboundary movement rules, which were given in 2008. So they provide that the occupier shall be responsible for the safe and environmentally sound handling of the hazardous waste generated, which shall be sent to a recycler or a reuser or repressor, which is a registered or authorized or should be disposed of in an authorized disposal facility. An authorization from the State Pollution Control Board also has to be obtained for everybody who is dealing with such substances in any manner. Equipment and facility of treating such substances and verification of various certificates and documents are required, and the Pollution Control Board can reject or accept them. Then the second type of set of rules that we are going to talk about is biomedical waste management and handling rules in 1998. So biomedical waste means any waste which is generated during the diagnosis, treatment or immunization of human beings or animals, or in research activities pertaining thereto, or in the production or testing of biologicals, and including categories mentioned in the Schedule 1. The next rules that we shall be talking about is the Municipal Solid Waste Management and Handling Rules 2000. So municipal solid waste includes commercial and residential waste generated in municipals or notified areas in either solid. These rules apply to every municipal authority which is responsible for collection, segregation, storage, transportation, processing and disposal of municipal waste. Such waste should be handled as laid down in Schedule 2. Now, let's talk about certain judicial response to the problem of land pollution. So, the very first case that we shall be talking about is the Suo Motu versus Vatva Industries Association. So, in this particular case, certain industries were dealing with hazardous waste, and that waste was dumped near a village. So noticing this, environmental engineer of Gujarat Pollution Board sought direction from the court for abatement of such activities. The court said that the board and officers are such substances generated in his establishment. Further, let's talk about the March 2009 issue of uranium poisoning in Punjab. So in Punjab, a case of uranium poisoning took place in 2009. In 2009, where toxic chemical waste was deposited from an industry near a particular village, and the sludge deposited in the areas adjoining those industries made the soil reddish and the groundwater highly polluted, which became unfit for drinking and irrigation of the land, which led to uranium poisoning in people, and which also was the cause of a lot of deaths in Punjab at that point. So let's move on to now let's move on to the conclusion and certain suggestions. So land pollution is totally neglected in India, and it is a problem which does not have a solution or regulation anywhere in the zillions of law enacted. There are various serious effects of land pollution which are being discussed in today's time, but nobody seems to be taking it seriously. Certain suggestions that I would like to give are: first, a specific legislation dealing with land pollution in detail should be enacted. Number two, it needs establishment of requirement for phasing out an inadequate over-the-water toilets, requirement for wastewater treatment at tourist accommodation and service facilities. Third, training should be developed for pesticide importers, retailers, and users. Further, coastal management plan should be established based on local condition and experiences. Organic waste material should be disposed in areas which are far away from the residential places, and inorganic matter such as paper, plastic, glass, and metals should be reclaimed and then recycled. Both these types of waste should be segregated. So that is all for this particular topic. Thank you so much for listening to me.